What's up everyone? Hope you guys are doing well. I'm currently away from home and I thought why not pick up the camera and show you guys exactly what a morning routine looks like while I'm traveling. I'm currently in Dubai for the week. I was actually supposed to head home a few days ago, but I had to do a few extra things here. So I thought why not show you guys what a morning routine looks like. It's actually currently the afternoon. I woke up a little bit late since I am still stuck in Eastern Standard Time. I haven't adjusted to the time zone as of yet. So technically morning or afternoon routine, but I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm looking for. The market is about to open here, so I'm going to show you guys exactly what my trading setup looks like while I'm traveling. I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking for coming into today, and I'm going to show you guys some of the live trades that I take. Before we head downstairs, I just want to show you guys a quick glimpse of what the view looks like. Currently, you can see that is, I forget exactly what building that is, but currently staying at the Burj Al Arba, if I pronounce that right. But you can see absolutely crazy view. This is apparently one of the most luxurious hotels in Dubai, so pretty grateful that I'm staying here. But now let's head downstairs. All right, so as you can see, this is my travel setup for the week. I'm gonna show you guys what I have here. Since a lot of you guys do ask what I have while I'm traveling, I actually have been traveling more often this year. So I'm gonna show you guys my travel setup, why I have it exactly the way I do, and how I optimize it for my trading. As you guys know, I love trading at home at my actual office, but whenever I do go on these trips, I try and make it as comfortable as possible. So I have that trading environment that kind of mimics what I have back at home. So with that being said, as you can see, what I do have in this case is my MacBook. This is basically what powers everything up. I can't remember exactly the spec off the top of my head, but it's basically the best MacBook that you can get. As for my portable displays, as you can see, I have two portable displays here. These are external monitors. I need these just because I need some more screen real estate for charts, either Discord or something else. I have a mouse, as you can see here. I personally like it a little bit more than the trackpad, but that's just personal preference. I do also have my phone for executions. I personally love executing on the computer in itself, but while I'm traveling, I actually execute it on my phone and I use the mobile version. As for this microphone, this is just what I personally use since I do live stream quite often. So I just want better audio, but you don't have to have that. And I do have a few other things, but this is primarily my trading setup. I'm actually going to load up my computer as I speak here to show you guys what each screen has on it and why I have it set up the way that I do. So as you can see, what I have right in front of me is trading view. On the left hand side, I have all my communication done either through Discord or Zoom for my live trading. And then on the right hand side, I have another screen as well, which is just for more screen real estate for my charts. So this is basically what I have in this case. I have my two charts, which are on the right hand side. I have my Discord, which is pulled up on the left hand side. And as you can see right here, what I have is my phone. This is where I execute my trades. I actually keep my charts and trading software different from my actual execution software, so I have no latency whatsoever. And if there are any problems, I can always switch over into data, so I can execute on my phone or close a trade or whatever, manage a position properly, instead of having it right on my PC where if the internet is bad and it's lagging, I don't want my charts to lag, I don't want my broker to lag as well. So I'm just gonna keep it as a separate entity. So with that being said, the market is about to open here in an hour, so I'm going to go over my pre-market game plan and let you guys know exactly what I'm looking for coming into today. So I just finished up my game plan for today. As for the whole weekly outlook, if you guys don't know what this is, essentially what this is a Sunday scan of what I'm looking for. As for this week, we have a bunch of red folder news, as you can see right here, which is FOMC statement. We have the ADP non-farm enrollment, we have core PCE, we have unemployment rate, ISM. So a lot of red folder news in the overall markets. And then for the earnings calendar, we actually have a lot of big tech reporting here as well. So we do have Meta and we also have Microsoft on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we have Apple and Amazon. So we have a lot of big tech reporting along with red folder news. So we have to be a little bit more cautious this week of potential volatility that has to do with red folder news and earnings. We also have the trade deal with tariffs that is coming to effect on August the 1st. As for my actual game plan coming into today, as you can see right here, what I do have is what I'm looking for. So as you can see, I just currently laid out the game plan here as well in the community. What I'm looking for today is really just semiconductors, right? These are the most bullish names in the overall market. What I'll be interested today is semis. These ones are continuing to show strength and leading the market. I also like Tesla if we can get above previous day highs. We also have a bunch of earnings on names this week. I'd like to see Apple and Amazon if we can break and hold above for continuation towards the upside. As for some names I'm interested in, I have Tesla here, as I mentioned, above your previous day highs, which is now your 322. If you can get above that level, potentially you can see 331 today. I also do like semiconductors, which are my favorite. Nvidia, the key level is going to be that 174. If you can maintain above your previous day highs, which is your Friday's highs, we could potentially see some continuation towards the upside. I also do like AMD here as well, showing a lot of strength here in the pre-market. If we can now get above and maintain above your 167.50, potentially we can see some continuation towards the upside on the overall markets. So with that being said, the market is about to open here in about 10 to 15 minutes. So I am going to get ready. I am looking, as I mentioned, for semiconductor continuation, just because the overall semiconductors have been the leader towards the upside this market cycle. They've just been strong on the higher time frame. So we're just going to continue to look for semiconductors like we have been doing the past few months. If you guys haven't been following me on my socials or my pre-market preps, you guys can do so. I do that every single day. So make sure, if you want to see my game plan coming to market open, join the pre-market preps that are on YouTube at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I'm going to pick up the camera once the trading session's finished and recap any of the trades that I took, if I did take any trades today. So what I'd like to see coming into today here is the hold of your previous day highs here on both the SPY and Qs. That's going to be my key level, SPY 637.50s, along with the QQQ previous day highs. These are going to be the key levels if you do want to see continuation towards the upside on the overall markets. As you can see here, so far the semis are pushing towards the upside, so we'll keep an eye out on Nvidia above your previous day highs, 174.73, and then for AMD showing some strength here as well. So we'll keep an eye out on the semiconductors for a push right off of the bat. All right, so Qs bouncing nicely off this 567.60s here, along with SPY. So far, you can see semiconductors are showing a lot of strength here. AMD pushing up nicely above this 170. Nvidia, but to come back down in towards your previous day highs here as well. What we like to see, really strong reaction off of your previous day highs level. What I'd be interested on Nvidia here would be the 175s. As for AMD, I'm interested in this one here as well. We can keep an eye out on the 172.5s on in AMD, the 172.5s here on AMD. All right, so Qs, nice reaction off this 567.60 here. This is your previous day highs. I do like Nvidia here if you can reclaim back above your previous day highs. I also like AMD here as well, above our 171.58. In this case, what I'll be looking for is the 175s on Nvidia. We can also keep an eye out on AMD, also the 175 calls here as well. All right, keep an eye on Nvidia here. If we can reclaim back above this 175, I'll be interested in the 175 calls on Nvidia with the QQQ pushing up. I also like AMD here as well. We'll also keep an eye out on the 175 calls on this name. All right, I picked up some of the 175 calls here on Nvidia, the 175 calls on Nvidia. I'm looking for a continued push towards the upside here with the QQQ pushing higher. We can see 569 here on the Qs. I'd like to see Nvidia push up and towards high of day. All right, Qs retesting here. Keep an eye out on AMD here as well. This one has more relative strength. This one honestly looks like the better name for a potential continuation. I'm interested in the 175s, the 175 calls here on AMD as well. Keep an eye out on this one. Risk would be a break underneath your 5-minute range here on AMD. All right, I picked up some of the 175 calls here on AMD as well. The 175 calls, what I'm looking for is continuation back towards the upside with the QQQ holding your 568.50s. In this case, my stop is going to be a break underneath this 5-minute range, looking for continuation back towards the upside. Semis both NVIDIA and AMD look the best compared to the overall markets here. All right, nice push up here on NVIDIA. Let's see if we can now get that push up in towards high of day. AMD, nice pop here as well above highs. Look to take some off as it approaches high of day. Next level is going to be your 174. What I'd like to see now is the QQQ hold above your 568. That's going to be the key level here for QQQ. Tesla's actually breaking back above 319 here as well. All right, nice push up on AMD. Looking to take some profits as it pushes up and towards this 174. Now, what I'd just like to see maintain above this 173. That's going to be key here. As for NVIDIA, I'd like to see now this push up with the overall market here as well for potential continuation higher. All right, nice push up here on NVIDIA. I'm looking to take off majority of my position as it pushes up and towards this high of day. This one, I'd like to see if we can close above your 176. That's going to be key. If we can, close above your 175.40s, which is high of day, potentially we can see some continuation. AMD, nice pop here as well. Looking to take some off as well with QQQ pushing higher up into this 569. All right, so a little bit of reaction here on the QQQ. AMD still showing a lot of strength. NVIDIA pulling back just a little bit here. My key level now is going to be your 174. As for the rest of my position, not going to give NVIDIA too much room. If it continues to show weakness underneath this 174, just really going to cut it underneath your previous day highs, just because I'm going to maintain this one on the 1 minute time frame. Similar thing with AMD, 173 is going to be key. As for Tesla, actually, this one's showing nice strength here now above your 324. If you are interested in this one, you could be looking for continuation. The 330s are in play for this gap fill back towards the upside. All right, so just finished up my trading session here. Ended up being a super solid session for Monday. We had some continuation towards the upside on semiconductors, which was a nice push right off the bat. Tesla actually later into the day ended up having a super solid push above your previous day highs. As for my P&L today, just to show you guys, I made a little bit over 3,300. Hopefully you guys can see this. A little bit over $3,300 for the day. That was primarily on AMD. I had a very small win here on NVIDIA as well, which I'll show you guys here right now. So the first trade that I took here was the reclaim back above your previous day highs on NVIDIA. Looking for the 175 calls. We ended up getting high of day, which was nice. Took off majority of my position. Ended up cutting the rest once it got back underneath this 174. The main trade here was AMD. We ended up having this really solid push right off the bat above your pre-market highs. Nice continuation high. First kind of major pullback down in towards your 5-minute range along with this 1 minute down close candle. Look for the 175 calls here. Nice continue push towards the upside. We end up having a nice retest hold of that 173 and nice continue push back up and towards that 174.50s and above, which ended up being super solid. I ended up taking 2 trades. Basically the game plan was fairly spot on coming into today with the semiconductors leading towards the upside, and then Tesla was also looking good above your previous day highs as well. All right, so that was the trading session for today. I'm now just going to eat some food, chill out, relax, and enjoy the rest of my day. All right, so I finished my trading session a few hours ago. I just had lunch, currently just relaxing and enjoying the view. And I thought I'd show you guys where I'm currently staying at. The view is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure exactly what that hotel is, but I'm currently staying at the Burj Al Arab. And you can see this is one whole hotel room. I've actually never seen anything like this before. You should have seen my reaction when I first got into this because I have no clue what I was expecting. It was literally 2 stories, which is absolutely crazy. And as I'm sitting down here, it got me thinking why I even started to trade to begin with. And the main driving force, at least for me, when I first started trading was because I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. So when I first started trading, I was in school, I was working a job at the time, and I really just didn't want to work a 9 to 5 because I don't want to be working an office job only to get 2 days off on the weekend because I wouldn't have time to spend with my friends and family. I wouldn't have time to do things that I actually enjoy. And that was kind of my main driving force, is that I wanted to be able to make enough money in order to not work a 9 to 5. And that's a goal that I wanted to strive for, and I think a lot of you guys should try and strive for as well. And let's say you do get to a point where you're making enough money to surpass your 9 to 5. It's even then going to be very difficult to quit your 9 to 5 job, just because there's a huge mental barrier from trading full-time to trading with some sort of income coming in. When I first started hitting some 5-figure months, and I thought, why not try and transition into full-time trading? And that's what I did. But I realized I did that a little bit too early, because now I had to shift my mindset into now relying on trading as a whole. So that was very difficult for me. I had a pretty big buffer, but ultimately I had to return back to delivering Amazon packages because I was not able to consistently get over that mental barrier that came with full-time trading. So full-time trading does come with its pros and cons. It is very difficult to be able to trade when you're solely relying on trading as an income, because there is going to be drawdown periods. The markets aren't linear. It's going to come in cycles and waves. So you have to be mentally prepared in order to handle those drawdown periods. So always having a source of income coming in or a very big buffer will allow you to give you a more mental edge. But where I was transitioning this into is that once you pass that stage where you're able to make more than your 9 to 5, which is very achievable, by the way, but the main thing is consistency, because as you'll see, you can make a lot of money trading in the markets, but the main thing is being able to keep that money and grow it consistently over a long period of time. At least I have some experience in that, because once I had consistency in the market, I haven't had a losing month since, and I've been able to basically compound and scale my account to where it is currently. And one of the main reasons I was able to do that was, number one, I had a mental edge where I had a big buffer, I had experience in the markets, and I had consistency, right? The main thing was consistently coming to the markets every single day, doing the same thing over and over again. And what I wanted to mention is there are going to be times where you are going to have drawdown periods, and those drawdown periods are tough, but just understand that those drawdown periods are normal, they're inevitable, and you just look at the bigger picture, right? If you zoom out, same thing you're trading, if you zoom out on the higher time frames, and the bigger picture is going to always tell your story. And the reason why I think I was able to get to the position where I'm at today is I didn't have an ego when it comes to trading. I know a lot of traders, they have an ego issue where they feel like they need to be right or feel like they deserve something from the market. And the market is a very tough game where the market doesn't owe you anything. If you come into the day thinking that you've taken a few losers, right, and the market needs to give you something, it needs to give you a win, right? That's not the case, right? The markets don't care about your feelings. What matters is what's driving the overall price, either through technicals, fundamentals, or anything else that's impacting price. And that's the only thing that's going to matter. So it's you and the charts, right? If you can't control yourself, you can't control your ego, right? You're going to have a very tough time trading. And that's why, right, understanding yourself and your emotions is going to be the most important thing possible, right? Especially learning from your mistakes and losses as well. One of my favorite quotes is from Albert Einstein. The definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again. And that's what I thought when I first started trading, is I thought I was insane because I was making these same mistakes and I was doing it over and over. And I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And the reason being is because I didn't change anything, right? I was making these mistakes and then I was just kind of brushing them off. I was like, okay, I won't make this mistake again. But then they kept on happening. And the reason being is because I actually didn't dive deep into the core root of my actual problems. And once I was able to find those core roots, and by finding those core roots, I mean journaling, right? Journaling your emotions, right? Really understanding one's true self and one's situation on why you behave the way you behave. And as humans, right, we have emotions, but as traders, we want to have as least amount of emotions as possible. Of course, we're always going to have emotions because we're human, but when you're trading, we don't want to let those emotions affect you. So that basically means even if you are feeling FOMO, you are feeling emotional, right? What are you going to do? What is your reaction to those emotions? If you're feeling FOMO, are you going to chase trades, or are you going to take a step back, understanding and realizing that FOMO leads to no good? What I'm really good at is controlling myself and understanding my emotions, because I've done the same mistake so many times, and every single time I FOMO chased or either didn't follow my plan, it all led to one thing, and that was either blowing my account or being in a negative mindset because I didn't follow my rules and I didn't listen to myself. So what I did was I started listening to myself. It's as simple as that. Obviously, it's harder to do it in real time, but the more experience that you have, you're going to be able to recognize those cues. It's important to have precautionary measures so you're able to control yourself before you get to the point where you're not able to control yourself. So I think that's really important. is understanding your emotions and keeping them in check so you're able to have discipline and consistency over the long period of time. So, right, trading is very, very difficult, right? I feel like we overcomplicate a lot of things, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to having a system, having an edge, and having proper psychology, right? Consistently repeating the same things over and over again and showing up every single day and improving as traders and also as individuals. And yeah, and that is what I kind of wanted to talk about. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. I do these videos every once in a while just to kind of catch up with you guys. I feel like these videos are more personable, showing you guys what I'm doing in my life, and these kind of psychology talks, which I do like every once in a while as well. If you guys do like these videos, drop a like. Also comment below if you guys want to see more videos like this. With that being said, I will see you guys next week for a brand new video. Peace.